Hey everyone, it's GraciSims here. Welcome back to another one of my speed build videos. And first off, I would like to talk to you guys quickly because a lot of my probably biggest fans would probably have realised that I haven't actually done a video in over a month, and there have been a couple of reasons for that. Partly because of just Christmas. I really wanted to, a long break and to spend some time with my family. Another reason was just because I haven't had time because of uni work. And thirdly, and probably the most sad reason, I guess, is because I broke up with my boyfriend, or, well, we ended anyway. And so I won't go into all of that, but we were together for 4 years, so it's taken me a really long time to just come to conclusion and get over that and try to move on and get on with life, basically. So yeah, and I thought I would come back with a vengeance and build this awesome house, which I kind of just went on The Sims 4 and I just had a play around, and it ended up turning out like this, so I'm pretty happy with it. So because I was pretty much going with the flow of my imagination and what my mind could kind of create from the lot and the my basic ideas of this house, I have actually not recorded a lot of the footage, which is why it kind of keeps cutting to different parts, because I kept thinking, oh well, I'll try and figure out how I do it and what I'm going to do, and then I'll delete it and then do it again, so with recording, so it would be A, quicker, and B, I wouldn't keep changing things. And then I ended up just not recording it and carrying on, so that's my fault, but that's because I was trying to think as well at the same time of doing things. Again, I think obviously if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know I really struggle with roofs, and this house was particularly difficult because it's wonky, so a lot of the time I didn't know what to do, and I was trying to debate a lot of the time whether what kind of roofs, and because I had to use different types of roofs and things like that. So that made this house really, really difficult. And the interior, I took quite a while to try and think of how to lay it out as well, because I kind of it ended up being a really modern house in the end, even though I actually started off just wanting it to be more like a classical family house, I guess. So that made it, that changed the way I wanted the interior to look. And also because it's a wonky house, I can't think of the correct term to use when I say that, so I'm just saying wonky house. It's like slanted, but not, you know what I mean. So yeah, when I got to the interior after deciding what the exterior looked like, this is what I always do with all my houses, I realised how annoying it would be to create the interior because of the way the house shape was, basically, and to create rooms from this shaped house was going to be extremely difficult. This is why I normally like leaving my interior to my collabs, because it means I don't have to worry about the interior. I can just focus on about making it look good on the outside. So yeah, and in the end I ended up really liking the interior, and I think the design is probably one of my best that I've done yet, which isn't that hard to accomplish, but I think it still looks really good, and it's really, really modern. I love how I've done the kitchen, and how the kitchen then leads to the dining room, which is really quite unique in the fact that the table's kind of slanted and it's got a bar in there and things like that. I mean, obviously having a bar in a dining room isn't unusual, but having it where it's placed possibly is. As you can see as well, this video is about 15 minutes long, so I thought I would save you the hassle of having me to rant through the whole video, and I'd just leave you to it in a little bit once I've explained a bit about the house. So yeah, I also really like the outside of this house. I think it's very flowery and colourful and bright, and it's got loads of trees, which kind of it covers the house really well. Also, it matches the colour shadings of the exterior of the house with the kind of wood panellings that I've used. I don't know if you've noticed, but I love using wood panels in my houses because I think it just gives them such a kind of countryside effect, which I really love. And living in England and not in central London, you kind of get that a lot around here, which is probably why I like it so much. I don't really think that this is probably one of my you know, my top best houses in my opinion, exterior wise, because obviously I haven't actually created a house in over a month. I think it's nearly 2 now. I haven't even thought about what kind of houses I wanted to do. So to then suddenly jump back into The Sims and kind of get my creativity flowing again, it needs to take a little bit of time after having less time spent on it, not the normal, I guess, from last year and things like that. So it's definitely taken me a while to get back into it and things, which is what this house is kind of doing, and it turned out being much nicer considering my imagination shouldn't be as caught up, and also it's the fact that you kind of lose your skills as well, like you kind of forget where things are, so you're slightly slower and just things like that. Especially with The Sims 3, it's slightly easier with The Sims 4 because there aren't any cheats yet or anything like that. But if I went back into The Sims 3 now and I think, what cheat can I use and things like that, I would find it a lot harder to get back into and try to think and know whether I can actually do something with a house, or if I can't, or you know, if the game doesn't let me, or stuff like that. So at the moment I'm just in the kitchen, and this is probably my favourite room of the house, which it normally is in most of my houses because my kitchen is my favourite place. But yeah, I love The Sims 4 and how they have so many different counters, and I think I went slightly overboard with putting so many in, but making it really modern, I thought, okay, there needs to be loads of counters and places where things can be put, with just a few toppings like plants and things like I'm putting in now. Also, as well as it being a modern house, it's also quite family orientated as well. Like here on the wall here, I put a clipboard thing, which is like, I guess, the family can use to write notes and things down on, stuff like that. So I've kind of thrown in, there it is, stuff like that, which is good. I put a little kitchen table in there so like the family can sit around it in the morning for breakfast or something. Yeah, and then soon I'm moving on to the dining room. Oh, I also put loads of shelves in this house because I realised that they were quite useful and they look nice and they fill wall space. The other thing I love about this house is the actual colours of the walls. I used like a burgundy red in this room, as you can see now, which really brings out kind of just a different sort of look to the house. I think if I'd chosen like a more like nude colour, it wouldn't have made the house stand out as much and make it look as warm as it is. It would have looked a lot bigger. So now I'm doing the dining room, and I end up moving that table around quite a lot. And there goes the bar. So yeah, I ended up doing like a slanted table, which I think looks really nice, and it fills the space like just differently. Also, I used loads of photos because I thought that the family would be quite musical in like a modern sense. So I've used there's a couple of paintings with like a piano, a guy playing a piano and things like that. So I've tried to kind of import lots of modern things, like that lamp there as well, which is on the side to the table. Just things like that to make the house look really modern but still kind of like family living in, you know. So there's also going to be a piano right as you walk in the front door, which is covered like put on top of a large blanket, and there's a seating area right here which will be right next to the piano, which I think does look really good. I'm trying to think of anything else I want to say about this house other than just kind of leaving you to watch the video, I guess. There's also a really tiny study, which I really like, and also the lounge is nice, and I've changed the colours around quite a bit. I really love the colour brown, like any shade of brown at the moment, so I've used that in the living room to make it look quite calming and relaxing. Also upstairs, now although it looks like a really big house from the outside, it only has 3 bedrooms in, and that's only one bedroom with a double bed in it. The other 2 have single beds. So as big as it looks from the outside, the roof takes up a lot of the second floor, you know, so it was quite hard to fit in that much upstairs, but and downstairs actually, because there wasn't even a bathroom downstairs or a toilet or anything. So but I've put one just as you go up the stairs. There's an entrance to the bathroom, so yeah, I put that in right at the top, so it kind of equals out a bit. And then there's also another bathroom around the corner of the house as well. But the bathrooms are probably another one of my favourite rooms in this house. I think I've kind of dressed them, I guess is the right word to use, like dressed them nicely, and I think the colours I use are really nice as well. So yeah, anyway, if you have any questions as you kind of watch this video about why I did things or anything, then leave them in the comments below, and also leave in the comments below if you had a totally awesome Christmas, and let me know what you guys got, because I really want to know. Alright guys, I'll let you get on and watch the video. There are nice photos at the end of quite close-ups of the house if you think this video was too quick to catch. Sorry, it was really long in the first place and I had to I couldn't make it any longer. Alright guys, I will see you in my next video, and if you haven't subscribed already, then please hit the subscribe button.